One last look, one last promise, one goodbye that feels heavier than all the others before it. Outlander Season 8 is not just closing a chapter. It is standing at the edge of a love story that has survived time, war, and loss, and asking a painful question. What if this time the goodbye's forever? There is a special kind of silence that comes before a goodbye. It is not loud. It does not cry. It simply waits. Outlander Season 8 opens with that silence hanging in the air, heavy and uneasy, like the world itself knows something is about to end. Fans can feel it from the very first moment. This season does not rush. It slows down, as if giving us time to breathe before the pain arrives. In earlier seasons, goodbyes were always followed by hope. Jamie and Claire were torn apart many times, but time always found a way to bring them back together. Stones could be crossed. Wars could be survived. Years could be lost and still recovered. But Season 8 feels different. The tone is quieter. The looks between characters last longer. The pauses say more than words ever could. This is not the kind of goodbye that promises reunion. This is the kind that asks us to prepare our hearts. The fear does not come from what is shown, but from what is missing. There is less certainty, less reassurance. Love is still there, strong and deep, but now it feels fragile, like glass held too tightly. Every shared moment feels precious because it may be the last of its kind. A touch of the hand, a shared smile, a simple moment by the fire. The show makes us feel that time is running out, even if no one says it out loud. Season 8 understands its audience. It knows fans have grown with these characters, cried with them, and believed in their love through impossible odds. That is why the silence hurts so much. It feels respectful, but also cruel. It allows us to imagine what might be lost. And imagination, sometimes, is more painful than truth. This section of the story is not about action or battle. It is about waiting. Waiting for a goodbye that everyone senses, but no one wants to face. The characters move forward, but something holds them back. A feeling, a shadow, a quiet warning that not every story gets a gentle ending. The goodbye fans feared does not arrive all at once. It begins here in the stillness, in the calm before the emotional storm. And as Season 8 unfolds, that silence becomes a reminder that some endings do not announce themselves. They simply arrive and change everything forever. Hope has always been the heart of Outlander. No matter how dark the path became, hope was the one thing that kept Jamie and Claire moving forward. But in Season 8, something changes. Hope no longer feels safe. It feels risky, almost foolish. And that is what makes this season so unsettling. In the past, hope meant believing that love could fix what time broke. It meant trusting that no matter how far apart they were thrown, Jamie and Claire would find each other again. Fans learned to hold on to that belief because the story rewarded it. Separation was painful, but it was never final. There was always a promise hiding behind the pain. Season 8 slowly takes that promise away. This time, hope feels like a fragile thing, easily shattered. Every plan comes with doubt. Every dream feels unfinished. The characters still speak of tomorrow, but their voices carry hesitation. It is as if they are afraid to believe too strongly, afraid that wanting too much will make the loss worse when it comes. This emotional shift is subtle but powerful. It tells us that the rules have changed. What makes this section unique is how quietly it breaks the audience's trust. There is no single moment where hope disappears. Instead, it fades. Small signs appear: a long stare instead of a smile, a pause before saying, "I'll see you soon," a goodbye that lasts just a second longer than it should. These moments whisper the same message again and again. Do not expect this to end the way it always has. Season 8 forces, both the characters and the fans to face an uncomfortable truth. Love does not always mean victory. Sometimes love only means choosing to stay, even when the ending is unclear. That realization is painful because it feels real. It feels human, and it makes every hopeful thought feel like a risk. We are no longer sure we should take by making hope feel dangerous. Outlander raises the emotional stakes higher than ever before. The audience is no longer watching to see how the characters survive. They are watching to see what they are willing to lose. And that fear, the fear of hoping
Jamie and Claire have never loved each other blindly. Their love has always been brave, but also aware of danger. In season 8, Jamie and Claire have never loved each other blindly. Their love has always been brave. It becomes the kind of love that understands it may not get a happy ending. That awareness grows sharper. It chooses to exist anyway. Does not weaken, but what makes this section stand apart. It becomes the kind of love that understands it may not get a happy ending. There are fewer dramatic speeches, exist anyway. Fewer desperate promises. What makes this section stand apart is how calm the connection feels on the surface. A shared look that says fewer dramatic speeches, a quiet desperate promise that fate is no longer something they can fight together. This shared look that says everything words cannot. For the first time, that fate their love feels older than time itself. Together. It carries memory, not surrender. It is honesty. Every sacrifice they have already made. Their love do not talk about the future the way they used to. It carries memory. There is no bold confidence that the weight of every sacrifice they have already made. They do not talk about the future the way they used to. There is no bold confidence. Sometimes that love will let it go without breaking. Instead, season 8 shows Jamie and Claire choosing each other in small, meaningful ways. Sometimes it held letting go without breaking. A moment of laughter. Season 8 shows Jamie and Claire choosing each other in small, hurt more than grand tragedies because they feel held in silence. They feel like memories being created on purpose, stolen from fate. As if both of them know these more than grand tragedies because they feel final. This section is unique because it refuses to comfort the audience. It does not promise rescue. These moments will have to last a reunion. This section shows love in its purest forms to comfort the audience. It does not promise rest limits. It does not tease reunion. Kind of goodbye because it shows love in its purest form. Real. And real endings are the hardest aware of its limits. Here, fans fear love does not fight time because it feels earned. It stands beside it. It feels real. And that quiet choice changes hardest to accept for most of Outlander. Love does not fight time anymore. It was also a gift. It stands beside it. Allowed second chances. That quiet choice changes reunited broken hearts. For most of Outlander, it gave love the power to escape death. It was also a gift. In season 8, it allowed second chances. Begins to feel like it reunited broken hearts. No longer saves. It gave love the power to escape death itself. This section feels unique because it shows time as something the characters fear. Time no longer saves anyone. The stones are no longer symbols of hope. This section feels reminders of what has already been something the characters fear. Every journey through time has taken something. The stones are no longer symbols of hope. Safety. They are reminders of what has already been lost. Every journey through time has taken something in return years. There is a memories that time has grown tired of being challenged. Season 8 finally step forward feels heavier to face the full cost. As if the past and future are closing. There is a sense that time has grown tired of being challenged. Changing events. Each step forward feels heavier, accepting them. As if the past and future are closing at the same time. It tells the audience that the story is moving toward an ending that cannot be undone. What hurts most is the realization that time does not care about love, that the story never did. Moving toward an ending that cannot be undone. They fought it together. What hurts most is the realization that time does not care about love has limits. It never did. Time will take what it wants, survive, and it will not explain why. This part of the story suggests that even the strongest love has unavoidable. Not because the characters give up, and it will not explain why. Time itself becomes the final story makes the cannot be outrun feel unavoidable. Not because the characters give up, stops being because time itself every becomes the final enemy painfully precious. Cannot be outrun. Some goodbyes are loud, or others are hidden. And when time stops being a gift, in season 8, every moment left the most painful moments precious. Are not filled with some tears. Some goodbyes are loud. They others are filled with words that stay trapped in the heart. In season 8, things that should be said, the most painful moments never are not filled with tears. This section feels unique because they are filled with words that stay trapped in the heart. Speak carefully, things that should be said, words instead of honest ones. This section feels unique because they do not feel deeply, built on restraint. Because saying too much might make the ending real. Choosing safe words instead of honest in the air. Not because they do not feel deeply said, but because saying too much might make the ending real, where it feels like unspoken is coming, but it never does. Heavier than talk about small actually said, daily life, Jamie and Claire share plans. Yet beneath those calm words is coming, but it never does. Understand. They talk about they may not get another chance to say everything simple they feel. Plans. Yet beneath those calm words is a truth both of them understand, but out of love. They may not get another chance where the goodbye things they feel truly begins to hurt. Because it mirrors real life. Not out of fear, rarely get perfect last moments. This is where the goodbye fans fear truly begins to hurt. There will be more time. Mirrors real life. Season 8 captures rarely reality perfect last moments. Painful accuracy. They leave things the power of this section lies in what is missing. There will be more time. No final speech. Season 8 captures no dramatic promise with painful accuracy. Long looks. The power of this section lies in what is missing. That never comes. No final speech. These moments feel dramatic promise. Almost sacred. Just pauses because they belong only to the characters and to the audience watching closely. Never comes. By focusing on unspoken words, almost Outlander reminds us because they belong only to the characters and to the audience watching closely. When the goodbye finally comes, focusing on unspoken not the words we remember Outlander most. Reminds us it is the silence where they should have been quiet. And when the goodbye finally comes, it is not the words we remember most. It is the silence where they should have been.